The Mercyhurst University Libraries has recently acquired a subscription to a new resource called Politico Pro. You can find it on our subscription databases page. This database focuses on politics and policy news. Because policy affects almost everything we do in our society, there's going to be something here for almost every discipline. Besides news, it also contains data, primary political documents, and more. When you first log in to Politico Pro, you'll see this message letting you know that you're logged in through Mercyhurst's institutional account. And it also gives you the opportunity to log in to a personal Politico Pro account if you have one. A personal account with Politico Pro is not a free service. It is something you would have to subscribe to. So it's not really something you necessarily need to use this database. So although it says log in up at the top, that's not something that you need to do to be able to get access to this. When you're logging in from an off-campus location, you should see a login screen that looks something like this, and inputting your Mercyhurst login should allow you to get access to the database. And then you can proceed as normal. As you may or may not be aware, the regular version of Politico exists at Politico.com, and it has some of the same articles as Politico Pro. What makes Politico Pro different is that it doesn't have ads, which Politico Regular does. For instance, this article here on Politico has some ads for Redbubble t-shirts. Meanwhile, this version here on Politico Pro does not. Searching in Politico Pro is fairly straightforward. You can get started with the spyglass icon up here in the corner, put in your search term, and see what you get. Some of these are in just text, and some of them have photographs or other media. And every article has a author attached to it also. We can also do an advanced search after we've done a search, and here you can be more specific about what date range you want to search, or the kind of news you want to search for. Like, for instance, maybe I want to look for this in regards to cybersecurity. I can also specify a reporter if I know who I'm looking for. I can search by tags as well. But in this case, I'm just going to go for looking for nuclear information in cybersecurity. If I search for that, it'll have my results narrowed down to just that section. Another way to get to the news you want is to open the menu in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. That brings you a list of subjects or subject areas under federal news here. Let's say hypothetically that I wanted to look at healthcare. In this case, if I click on that, it'll only deliver me news stories that are to do with that particular area. Additionally, the articles are also tagged at the bottom with different subjects, and clicking on any one of those will bring you more articles relating to that particular tag. And due to the timely nature of Politico Pro's content, you might want to use this database on the go. And Politico Pro's layout is very friendly with mobile devices. Like here, suppose you're looking for news about the educational sector. You can hear about current events and laws that might affect your community or career. Politico Pro has more than just news articles, and if you open the top left menu and look under Newsletters and Tools, you can find these tools that can do other things for you. Now I'd like to talk about the Documents section. The Documents section has government documents and other kinds of primary source documents and materials. For example, CEO of Facebook Mark Zuckerberg recently submitted this testimony to Congress concerning privacy violations. You can also narrow down your search by the document type, policy area, and also date. Suppose you wanted to know about geology's current impact. Here we can see public statements, reports, and more with issues related to the Earth and its resources. The calendar here can inform you about important events around the country to do with politics and policy, like expositions and conferences and hearings. Then you'll have some way to know ahead of time if some important, relevant information is about to be released. You can also try to attend these meetings, or try to find some way to view it online, and you can put it in your calendar as a reminder. Next, let's take a look at Campaign Pro. Campaign Pro shows you election race information from around the country. For example, if we look at Pennsylvania's page, we can get an analysis of its political landscape, current or upcoming elections, and outside spending data. These are contributions from what are commonly called interest groups and PACs, which stands for Political Action Committees. If you click on someone's name, you can get more information about that politician, with some basic information as well as their financial campaign information. Naturally, you can search for locations and individuals, and the information you have on states can also go down to the district level. If you like statistics and infographics, Data Point will be useful for you. Here you can find various kinds of data visualized, and you can download it in more than one kind of format. For example, here's a PDF infographic about hemp in the United States. You can also browse by industry area and search within those areas. For example, I can look at things that relate to tax and search within those to find education things that relate to tax. You can even download these infographics in PowerPoint format and have it right there in PowerPoint to put into a slide presentation. But if you did that, how would you cite it? It depends on what citation style you're using. Fortunately, it's not that difficult. Politico Pro is a powerful tool designed for real industry professionals, and it's useful for students and academics for that very reason. You can cite it. Fortunately, all articles have an author, a date, and a title, so at least that's something to start with. You'll probably need to consult the citation style manual that you're planning to use. For example, there are some available for free here at the OWL at Purdue, but there are also print versions of those manuals. This is APA format, for example. In this list, non-periodical web document or report best matches the article here that I am trying to cite. And remember those infographic PowerPoint slides we were looking at earlier? If you look down here at the bottom, there is an author. The item also has a clear title and a date. You can use that information to cite the article. In this case, I would call that a data set, which actually has a separate category in APA format. However, not every citation style is the same, and MLA, for example, has slightly different categories and slightly different ways of making citations for electronic items. Alternatively, you can use a citation manager program of some sort to help you build your citations from the information that you already have about the article. Although this still requires some degree of human interaction while you try to figure out if your citation has come out correctly at the end. If you still have any questions about how to use Politico Pro, how to make citations, or anything else related to your research, contact us at our library website. Thanks for watching.